A lot of people think they know what they want in a relationship, but honestly, knowing what you don't want is actually much more important. Because unfortunately, most of us don't really know what we don't want until we had it and didn't like it. And then we don't want to sign up for that again, right? So the more you can really write your own personal, deal breakers list, your wants and requirements. I think it's a really effective exercise if you take a piece of paper, pen on paper, and write down all the things that you would really like to have in a partner and relationship. And then go back and look at it and see what are absolute really deal breakers, that you absolutely cannot have or that you absolutely need is a requirement. And then really try to stick to that when you're out dating and meeting people. And the problem is we meet somebody that we're really hot for, which I realize is hard to find somebody that we have that kind of chemistry with. But then you really need to be diligent about holding up your list and making sure that you're not settling for something and ignoring the red flags of things that don't work for you, that don't work for you, but you're just putting up with it because you're so attracted to this person, right? Be really strong. People say oh, am I being too picky? You are never being too picky if you know something does not work for you and you hold firm in not signing up for that, especially toxic kind of situations, right? Like a really simple one is alcohol, right? If you know that you can't be with somebody who's a big drinker and now you're wildly attracted to somebody who's a big drinker, you need to really take care of yourself first and tell yourself, yeah, that person's a lot of fun, but will destroy my life and I can't continue to see them. I mean, here's the whole thing, right? When you meet somebody and you've got this chemistry and you're all excited, but you fully see all these red flags, that's the time to stop seeing them. And yeah, it might hurt a little bit at that time, but you haven't fallen in love with them yet. You haven't had anything invested yet. You are setting yourself up for heartbreak if you see red flags and you completely ignore them because you're so excited about the chemistry of the relationship. You're heading for disaster and a really painful breakup. As a breakup coach, everybody that comes to me for coaching can identify all the red flags that they missed in the beginning of the relationship. But they stayed because they thought it was exciting and they have a hard time finding that kind of chemistry with somebody. But you're breaking your own heart by ignoring those red flags. If you know what you don't want, as soon as you see it, you need to be strong enough for yourself to say, yeah, it's unfortunate because that person's really hot and sexy, but not good for me, right? And, we all have patterns. We tend to pick the same people all the time until you make an effort to change that pattern. So by knowing what you don't want in a relationship and then really diligently heeding that when you see those red flags, that's the way to make better choices in your next relationship and hopefully finally finding the happiness that you really want. I'm Donna Barnes. I hope I was able to help you. If I did, I hope you'll click one of the links down here and either like or share or click the PayPal link to show me some support so that I can keep making videos for you. No pressure, not necessary. Or if you need personal coaching, click the link up here and sign up for private coaching with me.